Hey everybody, I'm Christa.
Kevin.
And we are from LCRC Raceway. Welcome to Hump Day Happy Hour. We are going to cover all the things tonight. We just came off of our first oval event of the year, the Prelude to the Dream last weekend. So we're going to talk about that. Our next race is not this weekend, but the next weekend after that. We'll talk about that. Some new products and other exciting things going on. If you're watching, jump into the comments and let us know. Love to say hello to all of you, and thank you for jumping on.
Do you know what 1 week from right now is?
Hump Day.
But it's special.
It is special Hump Day.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little out of control over there. We got like a whole beehive thing going on. It is a special Hump Day next Hump Day.
Yeah. Did we decide the format?
Auction.
We're doing it just like we did the last time?
Yes.
I like that.
Yes, for sure. Hello to Brett Butter. Thank you for jumping on. There's Kurt Sieber and Tim Pence. Kurt said track was really good, and so was the slushy. I'm glad. Hi to our friends Shane and Michelle. Thank you for jumping on. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Prelude was crazy.
Yeah.
First ever oval event on the off-road track footprint was kind of nuts.
Yeah, you said it was crazy, so I'm trying to think like from every angle it was crazy. The whole week before, leading up to it, you know, it was a new build, I can't even say, saying it was a new build isn't even the right way to say it. Like, no. It was a different kind of teardown for the off-road.
Yeah.
A different build.
It was wild.
Yeah.
So,
crazy.
If you've been under a rock, we tore out the off-road track and put an oval in its place, and shared some footage from that over the last weekend. And it's really cool. Like the overhead shot of it, it looked really good. We had the red and white fence, which I thought was really aesthetically pleasing.
Well, and for once, an LCRC oval was actually shaped like an oval
instead
of a teardrop.
Yeah, it looked really nice that way.
Made a difference.
And of course, I love the blue carpet in the middle. I feel like that makes a difference too.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, for sure.
So anyway, but unfortunately, it was forecasted for rain the entire weekend, which was, of course, even a bigger disappointment. We had the help of Garrett Williamson on the track. And it's just sad because that was such a good track. We should have been racing on it all weekend long. But I'm excited for the Dream. I know everyone that was here is excited for the Dream. I have so many people that are like, they're definitely going to come. So we're doing it again the first week in August, which we are just nuts because we have our biggest off-road event, the Mugen Challenge, in August as well. So we're just going to be crazy people all of August. So come see us be crazy. Hi to Tim Robinson. Brian says that he missed the race. We missed you. Come in August and then we'll make up for it.
Yep.
Brett says, can we start having races Tuesday through Thursday? Weather will be perfect. How right you are. Oh my gosh. Although crazy. We did get a whopper of a storm last night too. Tim says the track looked great. Thank you so much. Dominic said, is the oval going to be incorporated into the off-road layout? You are not the first person to say about that. But the answer is no, only because we need the dirt from the oval.
So the oval consumed literally every ounce of jump dirt. I even had to dig out the mini Daytona turn over in Harry's End. Like everything we had, soil-wise, went into that oval footprint.
Which is just wild if you think about it. Just wild.
Yeah, and before anybody beats me to it, we have talked about screening some more material and adding, because we're going to pull the wall out going around the mechanics walk.
Rebuild that.
Unfortunately, it's not going to be able to come out before this next race because logistics didn't work out with getting the trommel, the screening machine.
Yep, we have to rent a screening machine, which is just this massive machine that we will take and dump dirt into, and then it gets all the rocks out of it before we add it to the track. But that we have to rent that, and it wasn't available in order to get it done this time, so we'll do it for the next time, which will be nice because we have like a vacation between this North East Showdown in the next race.
Yeah. Basically, all we have to do is screen 50 tracks of loads of topsoil.
Yeah, but at least we don't have an oval in the middle of that too.
Yeah. Oh well, we do in June or July when.
That's on the other track.
Yeah.
So, other thoughts on the Prelude to the Dream? Before we start talking about
we learned a lot. We made a few mistakes, like the dirt curbing on the infield. That wasn't up to par. We're definitely going to do something different there.
Yep.
Something that doesn't hold water, that the water can go underneath or around, and have, the track will be more consistent on the inside.
Yeah.
There won't be chunks of stuff flying out. And I know the dirt curbing got messed up enough that some of the sprint cars and stuff were getting high centered on it and getting stuck. And we had drain pipes to drain the infield, but we didn't cut them off flush with the dirt. So a couple guys got hung up on those when they got into the infield. And I apologize for that. We will definitely, tune some things up in that department.
Sure.
Learned a lot there. Funny story. When we were putting the loop in, I said, "Hey, let's bury a second loop a little deeper just in case." And sure enough, Thursday night, I was the one that hit the loop with the Harley rake. So we had to.
It was good that you had another one.
I had to switch to the second loop, which was a little deeper, and things went well with that. But anyway.
I wanted to say hi to Ron G and to P Word for jumping on. Also, Dennis Brew's on. He says he loved Oval. He's going to be running 2 tracks at Motorama from now on. I have to just talk.
You might want to rethink that one, pal.
I got to talk up our guys for a little bit though. Dennis Brew and Rob Simoji, our off-road guys, showed up and showed out for Oval. They were here early. They did the wrap-up show, which was a blast and fun to watch. And they raced all weekend. Well, all weekend long, all day Friday. Friday felt like a weekend.
They practiced. It's because we started on Wednesday evening.
Yeah.
And then, the guys that were here practiced Thursday and Friday.
Yeah.
And we were wrenching on the track and doing all the things.
It was a lot.
And then we raced, first heat went off at a couple minutes till 5 Friday evening.
Yeah.
And the last A-main was over at 11:20 something.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was really cool to have Simoji and Brew there. I really appreciate the two of them together. They are like an old married couple. So it was fun entertainment all weekend long between the two of them.
Yes, and Dennis, it was not just Robert's fault wrecking the berms. He spent probably 30% of his wrecking time wrecking you. So,
it all worked out. Anyway, it was really cool to have the off-road guys there and really enjoying it. I have to really, I have to eat a couple of my words. Controversial post coming. I always say that the Oval guys complain about everything. I've said it to my Oval friends. You guys complain about everything. But we had to completely change our program. We had to really kind of backstep on some of the things that we had said that we were going to do. And the crew of people that were here for that first Oval race, for that Prelude to the Dream, not one person complained. Everyone was so kind. And I just, I may have had experiences in the past that made me think a certain way. But this has reshaped the way that I think about the Oval guys. It was a really wonderful community of guys. I will never forget about how kind they were, about our changes, about our fluctuations.
Yeah.
Everyone was extremely supportive, and they chose to be here. They wanted to be here. They had the right attitude. I felt like we were building this new little LCRC family in the Oval department.
Yeah, it definitely. I mean, there was a lot of variables and a lot of audibles and a lot of bulls in that weekend.
Just run on the fly and
I got to tell you, I know there was a couple guys in the back groveling about stuff. I'm sure, but no one that I know of at least to me or to you, were complaining about everything or anything.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate them and their attitude. I specifically asked everyone I spoke to. I apologize to them for things that we, having to change the program. For me, I always want to deliver what I've promised.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, you guys know the LCRC social is my baby. I've been excited about that. Of course, we had to cancel the social, so there was no cornhole tournament. We still had the French fry stand, which was cool.
Yeah.
But we did not have.
And they actually had a good time watching the races.
They
too.
loved it.
They're Port Royal Oval people.
And they really enjoyed it. So
yeah.
that was cool. But, I had to backstep on some things that I had promised I would deliver. And I always feel horrible about that kind of thing. Those guys were so easygoing about the whole thing. And now I'm just super motivated. I can't wait to take it to the next level for the dream race for those guys. Because now I'm going to give them twice. Because I had to take back the last time. Now we're gonna show up twice.
So even I know you were tied up with your Girl Scout thing, but even Saturday morning in the store, when a couple of the stragglers that camped over were coming in as they were coming in the store as they were getting ready to pull out, everybody was in good humor and thankful that we did what we did and how we did it. And,
it was cool.
The whole deal. So.
You wanted to talk about 360 Sprint, which is perfect because Cody's like, what about me? I'm an off-road guy that showed up for Oval.
Yeah.
So let's talk about 360 Sprint.
So Cody actually made the memo list on things to discuss this hump day.
Yeah.
So one of the things I want to touch on was the 360 Sprint class, which not that I wouldn't say it's been controversial in our region, but it's been a hot topic, right? So 360 Sprint, the tracks got together and decided to make it hobby wing just stock speed control, hobby wing lock timing 13.5, and quasi speed tires, right? And then I started getting the phone calls and the emails. Ask me, say, about what?
About what?
Oh, thanks for asking. Let me explain it to you.
Sure.
People wanting to know how we were going to tech 13.5. Well, how exactly are you going to tech it? What are you going to do? I said, well, I'm going to get so many motors. I'm going to test them. I'm going to take out the best one, take out the worst one, and I'm going to average the middle ones together. And we're going to use those numbers, and we're going to make sure that we give a certain variance, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, we have the fancy pants meter that has the temperature probe and the whole bit,
I thought you were going to tell the story about why you bought that.
No, I'm not even going there. That's a rabbit hole.
Oh, okay.
For 17.5, you mean?
How about the guy saying...
Oh, well, no, I'm getting to that part.
Okay.
That's why we doubled down on getting it out. So I did this test and decided that we were going to use 1.5% variance either way of this average resistance reading that we had gotten. And to go back on what you just asked me about, so the reason why, because the phone calls and the emails, the guys wanted to know basically what level of cheater motor they could get away with.
Yeah, exactly. What are you testing? And
ain't no way.
Yeah. So I want to say hi to Derek Hurley real quick. He's another one of our off-road guys that showed up for Oval.
Well.
So when I was shouting out the other guys earlier, I should have also shouted out Derek. You did fantastic for your first ever sprint car race. It was really cool.
So
good
anyway,
for you, buddy.
Back to 360. So we teched everyone. I only had one out of every motor I teched that was even close to the limit.
Yeah.
It wasn't at the limit or over it or below it, but it was just close-ish, right?
You had some that teched really bad and they bought new ones.
Yeah, we did have a few of those.
Yeah.
Anyway, my great friend and co-track worker Cody, who has had a very challenging mod sprint car career, I'll say, which consisted of maybe 2 or 3 days over the course of the last 2 years.
Yeah.
And really, to be honest with you, the last couple of times Cody's driven a sprint car, it's only been because I've specifically asked him to come racing with me and drive.
Right.
and really wanted no parts of it. It's just not fun. He didn't like it. The speed control motor game is just
Tiring.
and I get it.
All the games. Okay.
So
to the point.
built him a car with this lock timing stuff in
For the 360 class.
For 360, and Cody showed up and drove the car, and I could tell within the first 5 laps, Cody was having a good time.
Yeah.
You know, he was out there. Believe it or not, I mean, no, the cars are not mod fast, okay? Don't get me wrong. But the cars are fast. You know, fast enough. I mean, it's not like running a slash on trainer mode by any means. Mm-hmm. So, cars were fast, a little easier to control. It's this quasi-speed control tire, so it's kind of
listen,
all the same.
Again, people were really worked up about the spec tire ahead of time. They're like, I don't want any part of that, and we picked the wrong tire and all those things. After the fact, how do you feel about it?
Well, do you want to know how I felt when you and I talked earlier today about making the notes for this broadcast, or do you want to talk how I feel about it now after I saw the latest post from Dustin Malico?
Why?
Because they're different.
What happened now?
So, coming into the broadcast, I was excited. The tire, I've kind of mildly criticized it over the last couple weeks, but I mean, really, it was good.
It was good.
Didn't have to do a ton of work to it. Basically, mounted it, doped it.
Everybody, it was level playing field.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, fast forward to, and maybe Dustin released it before this afternoon, but I just saw it this afternoon. Quasi Speed has now dropped a new tread depth.
Oh, come on.
It's supposedly the exact same tire, front and rear, but now they're 1/4 height tread, which is fine. That's okay. Read through the comments. Someone calls him out. Hey, I thought you were going to stiffen the front sidewall. Oh, we did. So now we have the current soft sidewall full tread. We're going to have the hard sidewall full tread and the hard sidewall quarter tread, and then the 2 rear tread heights. So now you have 5, between front and rear, you have 5 tire choices.
So we're changing our spec tire?
No. The only thing that I'm sour about is changing that front carcass, because
the whole deal, though, was that we were supposed to be able to order 1 tire and keep 1 tire in stock. Well, 2. 1 front, 1 rear. I don't like it. Anyway, I want to, Mr. Henley said, made that class fun. My motor was shot, and without tech, I would have never known it. So, yeah, I know. That was fun.
Yeah. Glad to help.
And Tim brought up a good point. I thought they were changing that front insert, too. I thought they were, too. They said that before.
Tim, supposedly the inserts are going to remain the same.
I don't know.
I don't.
There's Garrett just preparing to just stir the pot.
Yeah.
So on a different note, real quick, I did want to say, I wanted to mention the Beast. While we're talking about Oval, I wanted to mention that we do have the CustomWorks Beast in stock. That's their midget car.
Only 4 or 5 left.
Yeah, they're been quickly selling. Loy says go back to the open tire. Hey, listen, we'll take all advice or all suggestions. So anyone that has a suggestion, we will hear you out, and then we will make the best decision we know how to make. But the midget is in stock, really cool. We got to be one of the first ones in the whole country with this brand new car here over the weekend for a race, which was just so awesome by CustomWorks. I can't thank them enough for that. They sent out their team drivers, and they had really kind words to say. So that was an extra special part of the weekend.
It was super cool having the car from the box art. The CustomWorks guys brought the show car, so to speak, to let us put on display on the counter.
It was cool. It was actually the car that they pictured for all of their promotion. So that was really cool.
Yeah.
And then they actually
I tried to I tried to hide it on Friday night, so that would maybe
They couldn't take it.
Yeah, but
it didn't work.
they were smarter.
So anyway, that's really cool. Any last thoughts about the oval race before we turn to our next event, the North East Showdown?
I do want to answer Brett. So at this, the Prelude race, which is now becoming more and more the same at other races, every class had spec tires, and unfortunately, the AKA tire is not. I didn't
realize AKA makes a oval tire.
Yeah, they just dropped it. I don't even know if it's actually out in the public yet or not.
Yes, Mark bought the number 2 Beast, and the person with number 1 and the person with number 2 were in this room at the same time. And Joe was almost number 3.
Yeah, speaking of which, I have pictures of the first one leaving, going out the door. We have to.
Pretty cool. Yeah. Austin says he loved the event. Second race with a purpose built class for Mud Boss and going 2 for 2, making straight to the A. That's awesome. I'm so glad. Thanks for coming. Really appreciate you.
Well,
that's okay, Brett. We are still learning too, but it's going well.
Oval. So I had Oval guys this past week ask me a lot about off road, right?
Yes, me
too.
Like
they were curious about off road, especially because the Oval track's built on the off road, so they're kind of like not looking at jumps, but like they know what's supposed to be there and coming in the store, looking at the cars, and then there's a couple Oval crossovers.
Yes.
John Bath and
well, Derek Gurley and the Samoji and Brew and
So and Garrett's run 8 scale off road.
I forgot there's some Oval guys that came over.
So there was a lot of
Gutshaw and
Manny. So there's a lot of questions and a lot of buzz, and I tell them, hey, listen, off road. Not that there's no rules, but
there's no rules.
Well, there are rules, but we don't ever have to talk about them because they're easy.
Yeah.
Where in Oval, I mean, at first I complained about the rules because God, you have a rule for everything, but you really do need the rules.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have a newfound respect for the rule book and all the questions about nailing this rule down and what's what. Just like this spec tire thing, man, it's a constant evolution of learning. Oh, hey, we're going to have to alter that, or now we're going to do this.
So Austin just asked if we still have an SCT class at off-road. What we have is a 10 scale class, so you can run short course in it. You can run basically any 10 scale in that class for off-road. So come on over. Time to be the next one to do both.
Give it a try.
Yeah, so very cool. I had one other thing I was going to say. Now I forget.
I never finished up on my racing buddy Cody.
Oh my gosh! Well, the story keeps going on and on and on.
So he runs 360, puts it straight in the A, 7 out of 8, 2 bumps. So he's starting 7th out of 10.
Yeah.
And didn't he hold it together and pull off a second place? The guy that I probably thought would never run a sprint car ever again. So
and he's excited for the next one.
Yeah, it's a go for the next time when we can line it up and make something happen.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
And he just really enjoys it. That's fun. Yeah. That's fun it's fun to race. So
cool.
We are only 8 days away from the North East Showdown, which is our next off-road event. But what's more exciting is we are exactly 7 days away from Hump Day Happy Hour next week, which is going to be auction style, just like our last, our yard sale, which we have now turned into an auction.
Hey, who are you going to get to help you do the auction Hump Day when me and Cody and the boys are all stuck out still putting pipe down on the track because it won't quit raining?
We'll talk about that in a minute. To prepare yourselves for the auction next Wednesday, we are only going to have it on Facebook next week. It will not be broadcast on YouTube. It'll only be on Facebook so that we don't have any lag between the two. We'll post it later on YouTube, but it will only be on Facebook. So if you're one of my YouTube followers that always watch on there, I appreciate you. Just hang on. I will send out the link via email like I have been doing lately. And you can just click on the video. I don't even think you have to log in to watch it on Facebook. So if I'm wrong, I'm sorry about that.
I forgot. We have to have it done before Wednesday. Cody's going out of town on business.
I remembered. Saychuk says, I'll do it. Caruso says, we'll be there. Oh, Caruso will be there. He's camera ready. Nice. Good idea. The lag is terrible. Yeah, we don't want to mess with that lag again. So we're fixing that problem. There's lots of good stuff. I'm also hoping that I can kind of preview some of the stuff. I'm not going to preview everything, but I'm hoping to preview a few things that we'll be auctioning off so that you can get a look at it ahead of time, see if there's stuff in it for you, which you guys know. There'll be stuff in it for everybody. So
there's oval stuff, there's off-road stuff,
there's basher stuff,
and there may or may not be some 12th scale stuff.
Really?
Yeah, it's time.
Okay. Hi Taylor, thanks for joining us. He's late, but you're welcome.
Have you know, I thinned the sprint car herd.
Of the weekend?
No, today.
Oh.
Yeah. I was thinking, I had, Saychuk's been on me about getting a sprint car.
Mm-hmm.
So, I finally got one ready to sell to Steve. And if he didn't want it, I was going to run it through on the thing on Wednesday night. But Steve is, joining the sprint car.
Good. I'm excited to have him. So will somebody please ask how the track's coming for the North East Showdown that's only 8 days away? Anyone in the comments? Ask.
I can tell you.
Nobody asked.
Oh, all right.
Tell him.
Ed wants to know about Samwell receivers you're talking about in the auction? Yes, there will be all kinds of Samwell receivers.
Good to know. Hey, so how's the track going?
Says the guy that builds the track.
Cody wants to know.
Well, there's no jumps. They're all wrecked. There was an oval, but
less oval now.
It is now just a front straightaway.
Whoop, whoop.
Thanks to
this all happened post 5 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, I would.
Prior to 5 o'clock this evening, there were no developments on the off-road track. It was a blank slate. A guy called me today. He was interested in a trailer spot for North East Showdown, which, by the way, guys, there's only like 2 left. So if you were thinking you could get one last minute, it's getting pretty slim. But anyway, he was calling for a trailer spot, and I was like, oh, we'd love to have you. And he's like, so what's the track look like? And I was like, would you be nervous if I said that it's not even started? And he's like, no. So what kind of jumps do you have? I'm like, no, it is not even started. And he's like, okay, but, and I'm like really nothing has been done. But he was giggling and he said, oh yeah, I know those guys can throw it together in a couple days. There's no reason to worry. So, the time is coming. Throw it together.
If you know, you know. Some of the best layouts we've ever had have come like on a whim, just like right now.
Thanks, Brian. Just got it.
Oh yeah, sure.
Appreciate you.
We out of midgets before the hour.
Yeah, Robin says she looks every time she drives past. Just checking.
Well, if you drove past after 5 o'clock, you saw some big old piles of crumbled dirt.
He was working at it.
Yeah, if I wouldn't have, 2 things woed me up from not getting the whole oval wrecked in the hour and 40 minutes. Cat ran out of fuel. I had to back over to the tractor shed and put fuel in. And then I wasted my time trying to dig out the loop, not just to tear the damn wire off the resistor at the end anyway. Yeah. So I should have just bulldozed it under. But anyway, I have the front stretch is 3/4 still there, but everything else is gone. And I actually had to spend 10 minutes at the end fixing a few low spots for rain because, again, it's spring, so it could rain any day.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, no. So on the upside, right, glass half full type thing.
Oh,
I know, right? I just want to let you know, I have been the spouse today that has been the happy, cheery person. Oh, yeah. All day.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so
I was fell over backwards on that.
I'm holding her down. So, wrecking the oval, two things. Number one, it had gotten so much rain and whatnot. The dirt sucks it up, and it when you wreck the oval, because we don't ever use the big roller on it, it's like it's awesome. So easy to wreck, already containing all kinds of moisture.
Most people,
wow, it was
most
really
people wouldn't understand what you mean.
I know. I'm not even gonna try to explain it.
Yeah, but like when we run the big roller over top of it, it's so impacted that like it's like.
How is it?
But this, we didn't do that. We just did the little roller, so it's like
we didn't even. I mean, yes, we had. We had the roller on the track, but only to like do the berm and stuff. Yeah. We never rolled the actual racing surface. Yeah. So.
Chuck says you're growing.
Thanks. Trying. I won't let it happen again. Don't worry. Are you proud of me?
Guess what's happening at the North East Showdown?
Happening at the... Oh. Is that the one we're having the wedding at?
No. July. No, the thing that we're happening at the Northeast Showdown is we're having our first 8-scale Nitro exhibition race. On the oval track.
Yep.
So if you have a Nitro late model, get them ready because we are going to be doing our exhibition race on the oval track during the social event. So as soon as practice closes down at 7 o'clock, meet us back at the oval. You guys know that's an awesome show. You have to be there for it. You have to see it. It's exciting. Brownie points if you bring a rag and spin it like as the car goes around. I just think, first of all, that'll look awesome for the overhead video that I will do, but also it's just badass when that happens. I just love that. By the way, crazy story, or a little offshoot story. But when I was racing motocross, that was my favorite thing. When my friends would go and watch on the gate or on the like fence line and like do the white flag or white rag and spin it at me, that got me pumped. So I think we should like really start that in RC racing. Like we should start that as a thing.
Johnny used to do that.
Yes, I know, and we should do that. We should all be doing that. You should have rags in your. Maybe we come out with LCRC, like not the terrible towel, the LCRC. Let's go rag. Whoop, just petered out on that. But anyway, I'm just gonna take my. Anyway, so do that.
I like it. They're run with it.
Okay,
I'm running.
I'm running. Figure it out. Yeah, I'm just gonna hand them out when they're all standing around the oval. I'm just gonna walk around and be like, "Here, would you like yellow, blue, yellow, blue?"
I thought you said white.
I want yellow and blue. I think it'll look better in the picture. White's okay. Go rowdy rag. Go rowdy rag. I like it.
Yeah.
There's a wedding happening in July. Yes, there is. More on that later. I don't want to. I'm not spoiling anything. We have more to discuss.
Oops.
Can you push it to midnight? My flight lands in Harrisburg at 10:40. No, but is your car here? Because I could drive it.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. It'll be like bumper cars, but better. So we'll do that, and then after that we have Mission Pizza going to be here. And we're doing the cornhole tournament. We're going to pay top 3 like we did last time, so third place can get. So hopefully cool. We got Heckert coming back and Joey Bourdon, because I'm going to tell you what, those guys got some cornhole skills.
I don't know. I did talk to Red to like a week or two ago. And I'm pretty sure he's coming to North East Showdown, but nothing was said about Heckert or Joey. So I'm not sure.
But I know that they will do a great job with cornhole.
Do you think they'll just come for the cornhole?
Duh. I would. Cornhole's fun. Joe did. Was his name Joe? Rick. Joe.
Yeah, I think it was Joe.
The guy that just showed up for cornhole?
Yeah, real ringer.
He was a ringer. Mm-hmm. Anyway, what else you got, babe?
The rowdy rag.
I covered everything on my list.
You did? See, you shouldn't have rushed me through
Yeah,
the
slightly
Cody
fast.
Senior
That's
story.
one thing I will tell you. Like, I feel like when you're good at something, you're good at everything. Justin Wimmer, very good at ATV racing, but also he could have been a basketball star. Like, he was good at everything.
He was a good wheel of RC, too.
Oh, yeah. He was good at everything. Yeah. So, hi, Mindy. There's Miss Mindy is watching. Hello. Good to see you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're slightly fast on track, too.
About Joey, and that's what I just spoke back to. Thank you for going back around.
Sorry.
So, did you have any other new products you wanted to discuss other than the Beast?
Well, unfortunately,
they didn't show up yet.
No. So we did get
foam rollers back in.
We got foam rollers back in. We got some Beast parts. The carbon front tower, front bumper, the little steering ears for on the front hub carriers. Yep. We got a spare chassis in. We did not get rear arms, which I got to follow up on that because that's going to be something that we need. Yes, thanks, Ed. I did just add, we got black OGO bags back in. Unfortunately, I only have one left right now, but I'll have more for the race next weekend.
Red toolboxes are not yet in the system, but we do have our red toolbox boxes back in stock. We actually,
I might put those in stock at a reduced price without the kickstand.
Do it.
Because I don't have the time to build the tie rods and put the kickstands in them.
I like it.
Yeah, I think we're gonna do that.
Do it.
Long-term forecasts for the race.
Perfect.
Steve, I quit looking.
It's perfect.
It doesn't matter.
Amazing. The best weather I've seen for a long-term forecast in long-term forecast history. Just manifest that crap.
Oh.
Yeah, like it's the best.
Listen, you guys are all going to come no matter what anyway. So
Duh.
I don't even look anymore. Like, I wouldn't have even thought to make the track puddle ready this evening if Bob wouldn't have told me at lunchtime, oh, it's supposed to rain again tomorrow. Well, okay. So,
whatever.
Thanks, Bob.
It's spring. This is what happens. Yeah. Best long-term forecast I've ever seen. That's what I'm thinking.
Rock on. Listen, it cannot be much worse than last weekend.
Ridiculous. Freaking tornadoes. Just saying. Tornado, hurricane, snowstorm. Why would you say that out loud? My gosh. It's like
manifesting good weather.
Tsunami for the first time ever in Pennsylvania.
Hey, they just had a tornado something in Michigan for the first time on public record.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. All in one weekend. I totally agree.
Yeah.
Now it will.
Oh well.
Anyway, hey, listen, that's everything I have to cover. What else do you have? Are you done?
Is this the part where you're pushing me, or is this the part where we're
done when we're done? This is the part where we're done.
I like it. So here are some things. Talking about like new stock. The Mugen order got delayed because they were out of stock on quite a few things, and they had a big order coming in. I think Monday or Tuesday of a couple days ago. So we should have a pretty good sized Mugen order coming in time for the race.
J Concepts will show up.
So already hammered down on that situation. We got a bunch of Green Reflex buggy tires pre-mounted. They hooked us up with truck Reflex and a very limited supply of unmounted green buggy Reflex, which I think is still listed as not available for online purchase. Oh. You never changed that back, right?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, which I'm glad, because we only got 20 or 24 bags.
I know, but some of my friends might want to buy it online to pick up in store.
Well, okay, but then they're going to go to Timmy in Albuquerque.
But then, do we have more coming?
Let
me ask my friend.
I asked an hour ago. Anyway.
So, one quick I need to respond to Taylor real quick. Yes, there's going to be a roundabout, a ring of fire, and a crossover going in for the next layout. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Thank you. Oh, man, I don't know. Have you been talking to Cody? You, like, hit every single thing.
They did pit with each other at the opener.
Oh, makes sense.
Yeah.
That's why this is our ridiculous.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, the rebirth of the Cool Kids Corner started at the Flashpoint season opener. So there's a...
Don't call it a comeback.
No, I said the rebirth.
It's a thing to say. Don't call it a comeback.
Oh, it's not coming back.
But it is a comeback. But like, don't call it a comeback.
Oh,
that's a thing. Oh my gosh, watch.
I don't know. Sorry, I'm not a hipster.
It's sports. It's a sport thing, honey. I think.
Oh.
Samoji's on. He said, just want to say what a great time I had at the Oval. I went from a slash to a mud boss. Yes, you did. You said mod bus, mod boss, but it's a mud boss. Samoji, you definitely have it. You got it down.
Anyway, so back to parts. Obviously, I'm as on top of the tire game as I can be. I just looked over and saw some Huddy stuff. I got Lexan or X-Ray Lexan wings coming back in. Restock a couple of the missing X-Ray parts.
Yep.
We have 10th and 8th scale setup stations. The shock bleeder, Hootie fancy vac thing.
Yeah. And also I will, I did send our Hump Day email out, but I am going to do another one on Friday, just recapping the good stuff that we had come back in this week. We're going to have a lot of really good stuff come in. I don't want to miss anything in this short little.
We got a fresh batch of head heaters from.
Oh yeah, the head heaters are back in stock.
Yeah, from JW. So the ones with the LCRC embroidery thing on them, got a fresh batch of those. We're all stocked back up on iChargers. I did order power supplies. They just shipped today.
Okay.
So we'll have a fresh stock of those fancy carbon looking.
Do you have the bearing pullers back in stock for the motors?
Bearing pullers. The Hootie one for the nitro engines. Yes, actually, yes, I do. I have one in stock right now. And I also have the spare cullet. If you have one, sometimes guys break the cullet, and I even have spare cullets right now. So yes, Scott, I do.
Okay.
Other cool things. There's a ton of ProTech stuff coming. Like, I know we're out of pit bags. We're running low on fuel guns. Oh, I just got another massive, not even restock, but I'm like back-end loading air filters. Because toward the end of the summer, the ProTech air filters are always so hard to come by. I try to buy more in bulk in the spring. Not only do we have a full shelf, but the overflow area is also overflowing. So ProTech air filters are plentiful right now. Glow plugs are plentiful. I just got a couple new Drake 83s pre-broken in. Bad news, the Hobby Wing 160 amp, what used to be the SCT Pro, we sold out of those, and they're backward everywhere. I can't get any of those right now. Other than that, electronically, I think we have... Oh, we just got more of the new Hobby Wing programmer box thing in, which was hard to get.
Is it the new style one?
Yes. We only have 3 left, but we did get some of those. Oval guys, if you're paying attention still, I do have a pretty good pile of the Just Stock 13.5 lock timing systems that came in. It's the newest speed control and the motor. Battery wise, we are running low on the Factory Extreme 6400 2-cell shorties, but I did talk to Curry today. There are more coming. Unfortunately, they probably will not be here in time for the race. What? Why are you giving me that look? Like
And you totally bored me.
Oh,
I'm completely
I'm so
bored.
sorry.
Falling asleep.
Sorry.
You just looked around and said every single thing that you saw.
Sorry, I see a lot of things when I look around.
I know. You forgot to mention that.
You're pretty. Forgot to mention what?
I don't know that
The
one
new
thing that you
springs?
did look at.
You know what I did look at before we went on the air?
Oh my gosh, I have to
I
guess.
looked at those one-up carbon washers, body washer things we sell the crap out of.
And you need to order more of them.
I know.
You've been slacking.
I know. Oh, and we did sell out of the one-up 5mm bullet finger puller things.
Sold out.
Yeah, I ordered 20 of those.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, this was very exciting last 10, 15
There
minutes.
are people that appreciate my ramblings, I promise.
Okay.
They're probably not watching, but there are people that appreciate it.
Hung on this long.
Anyway, all right.
That's it
We're
for
out.
us, friends. I'm exhausted. I'm going to bed. Have a wonderful night. Thank you for joining us. We couldn't do it without you. We appreciate every one of you every day.
See you next week for the yard sale.
Yard sale.